Hey, this is Will Maynard exploring more trick shots where I attempt to make several shots as intended and likely some variations. Check the comment section below for links to each shot in this video. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to your comments. So let's get to it. Here's the Scenic Railroad shot, aka the cable car shot or the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. It's been around for 120 years or so. After potting the blue in the corner and the yellow in the side, the cue ball goes 3 rails and up the ramp of cues, turns the corner and down the other side pocketing the red. Cue ball speed is key. Too soft and the cue ball won't climb the grade. Too hard and it runs up the ramp and launches over the pocket onto the floor. The cue ball and the blue ball are frozen and aiming for the pocket, but the striped ball is half in the way. This shot looks doomed to fail. Did you catch the trick? Here's a similar shot in slow motion. This is called a push shot, where the cue tip stays on the cue ball much longer than the momentary contact during a regular shot. This shot is illegal during normal play. Did you notice the dot on the cue ball was barely moving? This push makes the cue ball and the blue travel at the same speed. The cue ball is still influencing the blue. Without the push, the blue would carom off the stripe and head sharply left into the cushion. This is called the football shot since it simulates downfield blockers clearing a path for the halfback to carry the ball. The yellow in the side. The cue ball with right English hits the 13, sending the 2 into the 12, which starts a chain reaction. 12 to the 7 to the 14 to the 9 to the 3, each of which caroms to the left, while sending their partners to the right. A path is cleared as the cue ball caroms off the 13 into the 1. The right English helps the 1 ball get on the right line. Here's a 4-rail bank where the object ball travels away from the target pocket for 2 rails and then oddly reverses direction to get on track and achieve the goal. So let's check this out. There's a wonderful book by Jack Koehler that explains everything about this shot. The book is The Science of Pocket Billiards, and there's more info in my comments below. Here's a diagram of the shot showing all cushion impact and rebound angles. The first cushion hit tells the story. A hard hit on the object ball sends it to the first rail at a 70-degree angle, and it rebounds at 78 degrees. The 8-degree angle difference is caused by cushion compression, and the forces built up to repel the ball. Forces trying to push the ball directly backward are stronger than those for a normal 70-degree rebound path. This causes the rebound angle to be larger. The harder the ball is hit into the cushion, the more the angle change. The angle into the cushion also matters, and 60 degrees will produce the largest angle change. The other thing that happened on the first cushion is that the ball acquired cushion-induced English as it rebounded. When the cushion is to the left related to the ball path like here, the ball will pick up right spin. This spin is what caused the action on the second cushion when the ball reversed its angle. The rest of the ball path looks normal. The object here is to make the 1 in the side from a full rack. The 2 donuts show the line to the side pocket. If you hit the 5 first, the 1 will hit too much of the 10 and miss the side pocket to the left. If you hit too much of the 2 first, the 10 will be gone before the 1 can carom off it, and the 1 will miss the side pocket to the right. So hit the 2 just a bit before the 5 to move the 10 slightly before the 1 caroms off it. Nearly the right contact, but just a bit too much of the 2, since the 10 moved early and the 1 missed high. Playing the 2 inside, but watch the 10 and the 9 as well. Sometimes the unexpected happens and you have a new variation. The 10 banked into the left side with the 2, and the 9 went 2 rails into the other side. Playing the 1 and the 2 in the left side and the 3 ball on the right side. Did you see that 14 ball go in the right side as well? Okay, here's my best attempt at making 4 balls, 2 in each side. 1 and 2 in the left, 3 and 4 in the right. This shot requires a tight rack, and you can control the variables on most tables to make the 1, 2, and 3. But the 4 depends on how it and the middle ball interact, and I couldn't influence that much. Like the great golfer once said, you can talk to the 1, 2, and 3, but the 4 won't listen. Here's a shot with an unexpected result. The 7 is frozen to the rail and the 1, allowing for a double hit, which is the key. The 3 object balls provide resistance for the cue ball. I tended to hit this too hard. Right English is only to help the cue tip get out of the way. The masse is amazing to watch when it's done well. Willie Mosconi could generate tremendous spin with a regular cue and napped cloth. One of the greatest today is Florian Koehler, aka Venom, who has raised the masse to new heights. These shots work best when you can reduce friction between the cue ball and the cloth. Today's cloth has no nap, and the cue ball can be highly polished. There are cues that give you the best chance for success. A masse cue today might be 46.5 inches long, 14 millimeter tip weighing 25 ounces. Meet Stubbs, my masse cue wannabe, which is 39.25 inches long, 14.5 millimeter tip, and weighing in at a robust 15.2 ounces. My dad sawed this off from a 1904 cue in the early 1960s, which he and my brother and I used to avoid walls and lolly columns. Remember Stubbs, Brother Bob? Of course you do. Let's take a closer look. Safety first. So this is a tin washer nailed to the base, which protects stubs from damage. You could whack this baby into a cement wall without raising a blemish. Believe me, I know. I've done it. Look at that fine wood grain and sleek lines tapered right up to the tip. Precisely oriented stamp showing original cue weight. Extremely high deflection shaft and smooth as silk. Ferrules are totally overrated. The tip is honed to an exact silver dollar radius, as was done back in the day before nickels and dimes were invented. This tip has been on stubs since 1963, thanks to this extra glob of glue. And finally, for a personal touch, you have several cat teeth marks. You'd be hard-pressed to find a cue like this for any price. I had never attempted a masse shot before, and was always afraid of ripping the cloth. But it's time to throw off the shackles. So here's a masse for beginners. There was still plenty of challenge for me. This long masse is actually easier to execute. 3-ball acts as a backstop, helping the cue ball change direction without losing spin. With this shot I'm playing the 3 in the close corner, the 13 in the left corner, and the 1 in the far corner. I've added a new segment at the end of this video called Outtakes. This will house bloopers and any interesting shots that I didn't call and can't take credit for. So I'll leave you with this outtake after saying, "Thanks for watching." That's it for now. Join me again next time for more exploring trick shots.